In this video, we're going to go through on Nanyang Primary School Preliminary Examination 2024 Primary 6 Mathematics Paper 1. So let's get started on question 1. So it says here around 153,498 to the nearest 1000. So the 1000 place is 3. Number before 3 is 4. Right? So 4 is not 5 or more, so we don't round up. Therefore, 153,498 will then become 153,123. Okay, so the answer is option number 2 in this case over here. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. In 20.176, which digit is in the tens place? Okay, so 2 is in the tens place, 0 is in the ones place, and then 1 is in the tenths place, and 7 is in the hundred place, and 6 is in the thousands place. Okay, therefore the answer is 1 over here. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 3. The figure below shows a number line. Which of the following is closest to the reading of B? Okay, so you see there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we could, there's like 10 gaps from 6.4 to 6.2, okay, which is equal to 0.2. Okay, so this is 5 gaps. So 5 gaps is equal to 0.2 divided by 2, which is 0.1. So that means this over here is 6.3. Okay, so now we know that is 5 gaps. Then we can go, we know one gap as well, which is basically 0.20 divided by 10, which is 0.02. Okay, so this is one gap. So now we know that from here to 6.3, it will be 6.22, then 6.23, okay, and then we have 6.24. It's 6.24, sorry, not 23, 24, then 26. Okay, so let me make this a little bit smaller. Okay, like this. All right, so that means B is between 6.24 and 6.26, which is 6.25. So the answer to option number 3 is 3 over here. Okay, so I mean the question answer is option number 3. All right, let's move on to the next question. Okay, question number 4. It says here, which two lines in the square grid below are perpendicular to each other? So in this case over here, the best is to just use a ruler. So grab your ruler. Okay, so using your ruler over here, we need to know what is the perpendicular lines. So we can use for A and B. So you can just align this over here, something like this, right? Okay, so for A, B, doesn't really seem that it is aligned in terms of perpendicular, right? So for A, B, and AD doesn't really. Okay, so AB and AD is not it, so we cancel this. Okay, let's move on to BC and EF. BC and EF. Nope, BC and EF is also not if. BC and EF is not it. They are parallel lines. Parallel lines, not parallel with a L, not perpendicular. Okay, so BC and EF is not. AD and AB and AD is not. So AB and BC. also not. Okay, so this is slightly more than 90 degrees. Okay, same goes with number 3 over here. So this is also not. Let me just use the same x. Okay, right, does that mean number 4 is correct? Let's see. AD and DC. So over here, oh, looks like it. So let me just make it, this ruler is like translucent, but let me just zoom this in. AD and DC, looks like it. AD and DC. Okay, it's a bit bent, but like this. I would say pretty close, but in essence, yeah, the answer should be AD and DC lah. Okay, so I think it's a paper thing, but yeah, they are pretty close, kind of. So let's just take at this. All right, great. So the answer is option number 4. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 5. So in the figure below, AOD, BOE, and COF are straight lines. Okay, everything is a straight line here. AOB is 53 and COD is 87. Find EOF. So in this case over here, angle EOF is equal to angle BOC, right? This one. So BOC. So let's do that. So it's angle BOC, which is okay. So that means angle BOC is equal to 180 minus 53 minus 87. So 53 minus 87 is 5, 3, 3 plus 7 is 10. So 5 plus 8 is 13. So 140. 180 minus 140 equal to 40. So I'm just going to put like this. Okay, 40 degrees. So for this, BOC is equal to EOF, which is equal to 40 degrees. So you see over here. Okay, there you go. So the answer to this is option number 2. Right. Why they are equal is because they are vertically opposite angles are the same. Okay, that's it. All right, let's move to the next question. Question number 6. Okay, so for question number 6, JKLM is a parallelogram. Okay, JKL is the 31 degrees. So parallelogram, I'm just gonna draw like this and this and this and this. Okay, so JKL is 31 degrees, JML is 62. Find angle MJL. Right, so MJL in this case is basically so angle MJL is equal to 180 minus 62 minus 31, and this is equal to, so I'm just going to combine this 62, so this will be 180 minus 93, and this gives us 93 by 87 degrees. Okay, so the answer to this is 87 degrees. All right, that's it. Let's move to the next question. Question number 7. Which of the following is not a net cube? Okay, so for this case, you need to know which one is a not net cube. So everything is correct. Okay, this is correct as well. 2 sides. This one, yes, correct. This one is correct. So this one, the answer is wrong. So this one shouldn't be the one. So option number 4. Okay, so this should be, let me just put a green color here. They should be here. Okay, right. So the square must be here to be correct. Yep, there you go. So that is the answer. All right, let me just make this green a little bit here to see. Okay, all right, let's move to the next question. Question number 8. Okay, question number 8. So the table below shows the number of pastries sold by Mina over 3 days. X plus 6 and 64. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Mina sold a total of 102 pastries on Tuesday and Wednesday. How many pastries did she sell on Monday? Okay, so Tuesday, Tu plus Wednesday, okay, is equal to 102. Tu plus Wednesday is equal to X plus 6 plus 64, which is equal to X plus 70. So that means 102 is equal to X plus 70. So X is equal to 102 minus 70, and this will give us 30, 100, yeah, 32 in this case over here. So since Monday is X, is equal to X, which is equal to 32. So the answer is option number 1 in here. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 9. The bar graph shows the number of students who travel to school using different modes of transport: school bus, walk, public bus, and MRT. Okay, so I have a couple of number. Which pie chart represents the data correctly? Okay, so let's gather. So we have, if we zoom in over here, there's two gaps, right? So I'm going to write this down. Two gaps is equal to 100. One gap is equal to 100 divided by 2. This will give us 50. Okay, so let me just put it here so it's easier to see. Right, so now we can see what's the number of school buses. So this is 1,000. That's a lot of people taking the school bus. Okay, then we have walk, which is 250, 50. We have public bus, which is 500. And we have MRT, which is the same as walking, which is 250. Okay, there you go. All right, so in this case, let's see. Right, so school bus, public bus. Okay, so we have total, which is 1,000 plus 250 plus 500 plus 250, which is equal to 2,000. So the total is 2,000. So school bus over here. Okay, so school bus should be half. So let me just, there's not enough space to write down. Okay, so actually I can write down here. Total is here. Okay, so then let's write school bus. School bus is equal to 1,000, then divided by 2,000, which is 1 over 2. Okay, half. So that means school bus is not this one. Okay, X is not it. Where's my, okay, right? 2 is not it. Okay, then we are left with either walk, MRT, or public bus. Okay, so in this case, which one do you think is 1/4? Okay, so XCX. Okay, so public bus is equal to 500, and then divided by 2,000, which is equal to 5 over 20. And if we simplify it, it should be 1/4. Okay, we divide 20 by 5, 5 divided by 5, 1/4. So that means public bus is 1/4, which in this case over here, public bus is 1/4. That means option number 4. Here you go. There you go. So that's the answer. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next question. Question number 10. Okay. Which of the following is likely the height of P6 classroom in Nanyang Primary School? So, for example, an average student height is roughly around 150 centimeter to 170, right? Okay, centimeters. Okay, maybe shorter, right? So in this case, classroom should be more than 150 centimeter. Okay, so definitely 350, but maybe twice, 2 times the height. Okay, so in this case, closest to 2 times the height, which is basically 150 times 2 go to 300 centimeters. So closest to 300 centimeters is option 4. And that's the answer, right? The answer is option number 4 in this case over here. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 11. Okay, arrange the following fractions from the smallest to the biggest. Okay, so in this case, What we can do is we can make all of this into mixed numbers. Okay, so 8 out of 3. So if you divide 8 divided by 3, right? Oh, okay. 8 divided by 3. Okay, so we can make this into minus 6. And then we have a remainder 2 for this case over here. Okay, and 3 times 2 as well. So for 8 divided by 3, this will become 2, right? But 2 out of 3 over here. Okay, so down next one, 9 over 4. Let's see if we can divide it, right? Same thing over here. Right, let me just grab this, right? So we have 9 divided by 4. Oops. And then we minus by 8, right? Minus 8. And then this is 1. So in this case over here, it's 2, then 1 over 2. 1 over 4, sorry. 1 over 4. Okay, so for 9 over 4, let me make this a bit out here. Okay, so 2 out of 3, this should be 8 out of 3. Okay, and then move this 2, 1, 4. Then we want to make this 9 over 4 instead. Okay, so why do we want to make this into mixed numbers? Is because we have everything the same, right? Two whole numbers. And then at the same time, we also have two numerators as well. So for this, how do we get the numerator to 2? We multiply this by 2 on the numerator side and the denominator side as well. Okay, so then this will become 2, right? But instead of 1 over 4, we will become 2 out of 8. Okay, so now we know that this individual 8 out of 3 is 2 out of 3. So let me just copy this over here and paste it over here, right? So make it a little bit smaller, right? So at least we can fit inside this rectangle. Same goes to 9 out of 4. So it's 2 out of 8. Okay, I'm going to place it over here, make it smaller. All right, so now after making same whole number and numerator, we compare denominator. Okay, the higher the denominator number, the smaller the fraction. Okay, I think it's pretty straightforward to what this means. Okay, so if I were to visualize it for you, in this case over here, okay, all right, so it looks something like this, right? 2/3 uh, is bigger than 2/7. That's why I see over here. Okay, so from this, we will know which one has the smallest one, which is 8 over 3. So smallest meaning, sorry, smallest numerator, which largest. So 2 over 3 is this largest. Wait, largest, which is this over here, 8 over 3. And then which one is smallest, which is 9 over 4, 2 over 8, right? So 9 over 4 is the smallest. So in this case, 8 over 3 is the largest and 9 over 4 is the smallest. That means it's option number 3 in this case over here. Okay, there you go. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 12. Okay, so at first, Hing Seng and Ishmael were facing the same direction. Hing Seng turned 25 anti-clockwise to face north, and Ishmael turned 90 degrees clockwise. Which direction did Ishmael face in the end? All right, so I drew a bit of some indicator north, south, east, west, and then Seng and Ishmael. So Seng, right, he turned 225 anti-clockwise to face north. So anti-clockwise means he turned this way. right? So that means we need to change, so anti-clockwise to this, right? So 225, 225 is equal to 180 plus 45. So it's like 100, 180 plus 45. Okay, so that means it's half a circle. Basically, it's half a circle turn plus half a 90 degree turn. Okay, in this case over here. Okay, so 225 degrees is basically half a circle turn plus half a turn. Okay, so we want to reverse it so that we know where they both were facing, right? So 180, so that means this is 180, and then 45. So let me draw a line over here as well, right? Like this over here. So same was facing north. So we anti-clockwise is this way, right? Okay, sorry. So this is anti-clockwise. Apologies. So we need to do the reverse, right? So for that, we just change the direction of the arrow. Okay, whoops. So change this direction to this instead. Okay, so this is clockwise. So we're gonna turn clockwise. So that means 180, and then we wanna draw in the middle here, which is this. Right. So in the end, this is 225. So that means he turned 225. Oops, to face north. Okay. This and then this. Okay. So this is 225 degrees, right? Anti-clockwise. So they were facing both on west, south over here, right? Which is where they were. Southwest, sorry, southwest. So that means for Ishmael, if I were to copy this, he turned 90 degrees clockwise. So that means he was here as well. Okay. And then he turned 90 degrees. Let me just do this clockwise. Correct. Clockwise this shape, right? So it is this. So that means 90 degrees is just a 90-degree turn, like this, which is over here. Okay, which is northwest. So the answer is option number 2. There you go. Option number 2. So southwest. Okay, so that's it for this. Let's move on to the next question. Question 13. Find the total length of the crayon and the pencil. Okay, so let's have this. We count the number of gaps again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that means 5 gaps is equal to 6 minus 4. Okay, we count the number of gaps and first and second number because we don't have the initial number at the end. So it's 2, right? So then 1 gap is equal to 2 divided by 5, which is basically 2.0 divided by 5, which is 0.4. Okay, so 1 gap is 0.4. So that means this is 1, 2, 3. So this 4 minus 0.4 times 3, which is 4 minus 1.2, which is then 2.8. Okay, so this over here, wait, it's 2.8 in this little, this one. So 2.8, 3.2, 3.6. Okay, so this is 3.6. Actually, we can count the number of gaps. We don't need to. Yeah, let's have actually the idea. But either way, lah, we can just count. Lah. Okay, the gap. So 8.4, 8.8. So this 8.8 in this crayon over here. And then lastly, our pencil will be 12.4. 12.4. Okay, so with that, let's calculate the length. Okay, so length of crayon is equal to 8.8 minus 3.6. This will give us 5.2, okay, centimeters. So length of pencil is equal to 12.4 minus 2.8. Okay, so that means just 12.4 minus 2.4 minus 0.4. Then this will give us 10 minus 0.4, which is 9.6. Okay, centimeters. So then we get the total length, right? So total is equal to 9.6 plus 5.2, which is equal to 14.8. So that means the answer to this is option number 3. There you go. All right, that's it. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 14. So in the camp, the number of boys is 4/5 of the number of girls. The number of children is 2/5 to the number of adults. What's the ratio of number of girls to the number of adults? Okay, so number of boys is 4. So boys equal to 4 units. Total is equal to 5 of it. No, no. So girls is equal to 5 units. Boys is 4/5 of girls means, okay, this one boys equal to 4 units equal to 5 units, so total equal to 9 units. Okay, so the number of girls to the number of the number of children is 2/5 to the number of adults. Okay, so children is 2/5 of adults, so in ratio will be I'm gonna write down okay, children is to adults. I'm gonna write here children as well, is basically 2. Okay, I'm gonna put here 2 is to 5. Okay, since total children is 9 units, get lowest common multiple, okay, of 9 and 2, of 9 and 2, okay, which is 18. Right, so let me just make this small. So that means we will just multiply this by 9. Okay, so times 9. And then we have, let me just add this over here. Okay, 2/5 times 9. So we times 9 here as well. So that means this will then become 18 out of 45. Spicy over here. Okay, so what is the ratio of girls to the number of adults? So girls to the number of adults. So if this, we know adults is 45, then boys to girls to children will then have to change as well, right? Okay, let me just draw this up. So it's 4 is to 5, and the children is to 9. And we just multiply by 2 as well, right? So times 2 for this, times 2, times 2, and then times 2, like this. Okay, so this will then become 8 is to 10 is to 18. Right, that's what I see over here. So then now we want girls to adults. So girls to adults, which is basically girls is 10 and adults is 45. So we can divide this by Wait, sorry. Ratio number of girls. Sorry. Yeah, divide by 5. 5 for both. Okay, and this will then become 2 over 9. 2 over 9. Right. There you go. So that's the answer. 2 over 9. Okay, let's move to question 15. The first 20 numbers in a pattern are shown below. What is the digit, the ones place of the 294th place? Okay, so we have 11, 13, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 11, 13, 23, 26, 28. Okay, so there is a pattern to this. 136890, 136890. Okay, so the pattern over here is basically last digit. What is the digit in the ones place? So ones place digit is basically 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, and then 0. Okay, then we just repeat. So this is the one digit place. So repeating pattern is 136890. This one over here. Okay, so we want the 294th place. So in this case, first step is just find repeating pattern, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then second, number the pattern. So 1 over here is 1. Okay, 3 over here is 2. Let me just get everything here lah, easier. So 6 and 2, 9 here. Okay, so 6 is 3, 8 is 4, 9 is 5, and 0 is 6. Okay, and then we just, okay, so another thing is the what do you call this, the whole quotient. Is it called quotient? But basically, yeah, quotient is the number at the start. Example, uh, pattern 6, pattern first position. Okay, so I mean the third one. Wait, let me just put third step, first, second, and then third is to divide last number. No, divide position with last number. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this. Right, so one thing to take note is that another thing is the quotient is the number at the start. So first, so example, we want to get the 10th position, which is basically 10 divided by 6, which is 1 remainder 4. Okay, so that means 1, 2, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So remainder 4 is 8. Actually, no need, because we want to know the ones place. Okay, that's fine. So divide position with last number, and then what is it? Remainder is the digit, the last, the ones place. Ones place. Okay. So for that, we then just go for the 2/9. What is this? 294. 294 position. So 294 divided by 6. 294 is basically 294 is plus 6 equal to 300. Right? 300 divided by 6 is equal to 50. So that means 294 is one position lower than 50, which is 49. That's it. So 294 is equal to 49. Okay, 49 remainder 0. So remainder 0. So the answer is 6. I mean, if the remainder is 0, remainder, if remainder is 0, it is the last number, which is 0. Answer is option number 2 over here. This guy. Okay, that's it. Mm-mm. I'm a bit lazy for this. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Question number 16. So Jing Swan had 63 pencil. She sold two-thirds of her pencil. How many pencils did she sell? So sold is equal to 63, okay, times 2 over 3, which is basically 63 divided by 3 times 2. Okay, so 63 divided by 3 is 21 times 2, which is 42. Okay, so the answer is 42. Okay, pretty straightforward. Okay, let's move on to next question. Question 17. Express 9 kg, 28 grams in kilograms, right? So 1000 kilograms is equal to 1 kilogram. So 1 kilogram is equal to 1 divided by 1000. I'm going to put brackets. Looks like 10,000 because it is. So I'm going to put like this. So 20. So 1000 grams. Okay, so 28 grams is equal to 28 divided by 1000, which is equal to 0.028 kilograms. Okay, so 9 kg, 28 grams is equal to 9 plus 0.028, which is 9.028 kilograms. There you go. So that's the answer. Okay, 9.028 kilograms. All right, let's move to the next question. Question 18. So, okay, the figure below shows 11 squares, right? Don't see anything else. Shade the least number of squares such that line x and line y is, xy is the line of symmetry. So if we were to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so it's always diagonal, right? When you do, what do you call this? The line of symmetry. So for this, I'm going to put in green. So I think this one over here, right? So we always want to go across. Let me just use a line as well. So across is 1 and across is 2 here as well. Okay, so I'm going to create another green. Okay, and then across is 3 like this. And another one is this. They're giving me the answers, but basically you just want to have a cross, right? Cross. Wait, let me just do a cross. Then this one also across, across, across. Okay, there you go. So that's your answer to this question 18 over here. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 19. The solid below is made out of 20 units, cubes, a lot. Draw the front view of the solid on the grid below. Front view is here, right? So always read where is your front view, top view, side view. Okay, so in this case, this 20. So gonna write down, right? So we have one, oops. Okay, one, and then we have another one. Okay, two, then we have three, then we have four. Okay. Okay, so one thing is that this tree is covered, so the tree is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Like this. And then we have 5. Okay, and then we have 6. And then we have 7, right? And then we have 8. And we have 9. And then for 10. 10 already. Okay, and that's basically it. So it's 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay, so I'm gonna use my boxes. This. So I have 4 over here. So I'm gonna draw 1, 2, 3, That's why it's over here. Okay, so won't be perfect, but 1, 2, right? And then 3. Okay, and then we have 3, 3. Wait, we have 3, 3 below. Okay, so we have 3 over here. So we got one more. And then we have 3 over here as well. Okay, there you go. So, yep, that's about it. So you can draw in the middle like this. All right. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Let's move on to the next one. Question 20 over here. All right, below shows the front view, side view, and top view of the solid built using unit cube. What's the smallest number of unit cubes that must be added to the solid to make it into a cube? Okay, let me draw the solid. It has been erased. All right, so I drew the boxes and also created the 3D version for the side view. Okay, so that means it's a cube, but at the same time, it's also filled up in the front view. So the front view is this front view over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just duplicate this right over here, right? This, right? So the front view will just look like a normal square. And then the top view as well is also like a normal square. So the top view normal, the front view normal, but the side view is different. So that means we can count. It's exactly what you see over here. So it's like 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we just multiply by 3 rows. That's what you see over here. Okay. So 3 times 3 equal to 9. Right. That's what I see over here. So in essence, I would say top missing is equal to 2 cubes. Then middle missing is equal to 1 cube. So in this case, top, right? So total cube missing in one row, one column, one side view, one side view is equal to 3. 2 plus 1 equal to 3. So total missing in 3 side views. Okay, which is basically 3, which is equal to 3 times 3 equal to 9. There you go. So the answer is 9. Okay, so this is how it looks like over here, right? So we have the top view and then we have the side view as well. Okay, all right, there you go. Let's move on to the next question. Question 21. Right, write down all the common multiples of 6 and 8 that are less than 70. So 6, 8, sorry, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66. We cannot continue from there. Next one, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, and then 64. Then we cannot continue, must be less than 70. So common multiples is 24 over here. Let me just draw like this. Okay, 24. Should I highlight? Is it better to highlight? Yeah, highlight is better. Okay, so 24 is 1. What about, is that it? 8, 16, 24, 30, 54. That's it. I think it's just 24. Or is it? For, my God, put 28 here. It's 48. Okay, so 48 as well. Okay. Oops. Like this. Okay, there you go. So the answer is 24 and 48. All right, let's move to the next question. Question 22. A notebook costs $2.65. A pencil costs 90 cents. Part A, find the total cost of one such notebook and one pencil. So one notebook plus one pencil is equal to 265 plus 90, which is equal to $355. So it's 3.55 cents. If you want to know how to calculate this, It's the same as 2.65 plus bracket 100 minus 10. Okay, it's the same. So 90 is just 100 minus 10. Well, not 100 minus 10, but 0.9. Okay, I shouldn't put 90. 0.10, and then we have 1.0. Okay, so that means it's basically 3.65 minus 0.10, $3.55. Okay, next one, part B. Mrs. Shah bought 200 such notebooks and 200 such pencils. How much did she buy altogether? Okay, so that means 200 notebook plus 200 pencils is equal to 200 times 3.55. Okay, so that means it's basically 2 times 100 times 3.55, which is 2 times 355, which is basically 2 times, I'm gonna break this down as much as possible. Goes 700 plus 10, which is 710. There you go. So that's your answer, $710. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 23. Bob participated in a competition that lasted 4 hours and 50 minutes. After the competition, he waited 35 minutes for his mother to fetch him. His mother fetched him at 4:15. What time did Bob's competition start? Okay, so finished competition is equal to 4.15 minus 35 minutes. Okay, 4:15 p.m. So for me, usually what I like to do is I like to break things down. So 4.15 minus, so 35 minutes is equal to 15 plus 20, right? Minutes. So for this, it's basically, uh, okay, 1 hour, just do that. Okay, so it's equal to 4:15 p.m. minus 15 minutes minus 20 minutes. So that means it's 4 p.m. minus 20 minutes, which is equal to 3.40 p.m. All right, so now that's finished competition. So competition started, which is equal to 3.40 p.m. minus 4 hours 50 minutes, which is basically 3.40 p.m. minus 40 minutes minus 10 minutes minus 4 hours. So this will be 3:00 p.m. Oops. Minus 10 minutes. All of these are right. Okay, and this will be 2:50 p.m. minus 4 hours, which is basically 10.50 a.m. 10:50 a.m. All right, there you go. That's your answer. 10:50 a.m. Boop. All right, let's move to question 24. Faisal had 50 eggs, wide space. He sold all his eggs, wide space. What was the percentage decrease in the number of eggs he had? Wait, are you, what? 100%. Yes, so I guess 100% is equal to 50 eggs. Wait. Okay, 50 eggs equal to 100%. So one egg is equal to 100 divided by 50 is equal to 2%. Okay, so to 0 eggs. So 50. So yeah, I'm confused. But if there is no eggs left, so from 100% to 50 eggs. Wait, 50 eggs is equal to 100%. So 0x is equal to 100 minus 100 equal to 0%. Yeah, a bit shocked to hear this. So yeah, percentage decrease is equal to 100 minus 0 equal to 100%. Okay, sure. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. 25. Sarah uses the same amount of flour to bake each cake. She uses 876 grams of flour to bake 6 cakes. How much flour is needed to make 8 such cakes? So 6 cakes. Let's go to 876 cakes. Sorry, grams flour. I just need 2 more cakes to get 8. Okay, 2 cakes is equal to 876 divided by 3. 876 divided by 3. Okay, this one I have to use my workings. 876. Right. So for this 876 minus 6, which is 2 over here. So 8 minus 6 will give us 27. Right, 27. We can minus 27. Great. Which is 9. And then we get 6 minus 6. This will give us 2. 27, 27. Okay, so the answer is 292. All right, so 8 cakes is equal to 876 plus 292. Okay, wow, when you have a lot of numbers like this, not a big fan, but sure. Okay, so 876 plus 292. Okay, and we will just add them up. So this will then become 8 over here. 6 plus 2, 7 plus 9 will give us 16. 16. Put 1 here. And then 8 plus 2 is 10 and 11. So it's 1168. There you go. That's the answer. 1168. Alright, question 26. Gerald had 4/5 liter of milk at first. He drank 1/4 liter of milk in the morning and 1/8 liter in the afternoon. How much milk did Gerald have left? Ooh. Okay, so I'm a bit lazy to do this kind of things. Should I? Should I? Okay. Okay, fine. What I'm gonna do is just basically left. So he had 4.5, right? Okay, so in essence, 4 over 5. Okay, 4 over 5. And then we minus, okay, 1 over 4, right? And we minus 1 over 8. Okay, so with this, the fraction is pretty straightforward. We just need to get the different or the lowest common multiple for 5, 4, and 8. Okay, lowest common multiple for 5, 4, and 8. Let me see. And 8. Okay, so with that, you would then get 40 lah, right? 5, 4, and 8 get the highest, basically 40. So we need to multiply these different numbers. So we multiply this by 8, which is this one, right? So make it a bit bigger. So 8. So we multiply this by 8 as well. And then for 4, we need to multiply by 10. Then multiply this by 10. Then multiply this by 5. And then multiply this by 5. Okay, so what will be the new fraction? So the new fraction will then be equal to 4 times 8 is 32. then this will be 40. Okay, and then after that we minus. So 1 out of 4 will be what? Just add zeros at the end, right? So 1 out of 40 will just be this 10 out of 40, right? 10 out of 40. And then minus 1 over 8. All right, and then 1 over 8 will be what? 5 out of 40, right? 1 times 5, 8 is 40. So 32 minus 10 minus 5 is basically, the answer is 17 out of 40. 32 is 22 minus 5, yep. The answer is 17 out of 40 liters. Okay, there you go. All right, let's move to the next question. Question number 27. So Honey had a roll of ribbon which was 4 meters in length. She cut the ribbon into smaller pieces, each measuring 9 out of 10 meters. She gave her sister the greatest number of such smaller pieces she could cut from the roll. Okay, how much ribbon did Honey have left? Okay, so she cut the ribbon 9 out of 10. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to cut it. You know what? So 9 out of 10 meters is equal to, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 9 out of 10 is basically 9 out of 10 times 100, which is equal to 90 centimeters. Then 4 meters equal to 400. Not a big fan of fractions, so I'll convert this as much as possible. So with that said, we have 400, and then we divide, so number, okay, we just get 400 divided by 90, which is basically 360. Right there. So it's 4 remainder 40 centimeters. Right, remainder 40. So remainder 40 means 40 centimeters. Okay. So, and that means 40 centimeters is equal to 0.4 meters. Okay, there you go. I'm going to put 0.4 because I'm like that. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 28. So 28 says Kelly has triangular pieces of paper, the VWX with VW equal to WX. So this is an isosceles triangle, right? So VZX, and WYX is a straight line. VW, and WX. Okay, so WVX is 59 and XYZ is 70 degrees. So she folded it along the lines of YZ. Okay, so find angle A over here. All right, so since we know this angle, which is 59 degrees, so let me just write here. Since VW is equal to WX, that means WVX is a isosceles triangle. So we can get angle WXZ V. No, sorry. So that means angle WVX is equal to angle WXV, which is essentially 59 degrees. That's what I see over here. Right, so this is 59 degrees. All right, so if we can get 59 degrees, then we can get this angle, which is essentially, let me just use another color. This, oh no, not this. Okay, so this over here, right, is angle A actually. Right, so this is angle A and this is angle A. No, it's not angle A, my bad. The not angle A, sorry. I'll just say this angle B. B. This is also angle B. At the same time, I'm going to draw a line of the previous triangle. So this is over here and this is over here, right? Like this. So that means this is also angle B, right? I'm going to draw here. This is angle B, like this. So once we get angle B, then we can get angle A. So when folding, when paper folded creates two of same angles. So this is angle B, angle B, right? In this case over here. All right. So with that said, so angle B is equal to 180 minus 70 minus 59, which is 110 minus 59, which is basically 10 minus 60 plus 1. So this is basically 110 is 50 plus 1, 51. So yes, I'm just gonna hex. Okay, 51. So now we know that. So angle A is equal to 180 minus 51 minus 51. And this will then become 180 minus 102, which is 78 degrees. Okay, there you go. So that's the answer. 78 degrees. Oops. Right, 78 degrees. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 29. The figure below is formed by 5 straight angles boop, beep, boop, 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 to make a what do you call this? Star. AC, AD, BD, BE, and CE. CAD is 21 degrees. ACE is 36 degrees. And ADB is 40 degrees. Find angle Y over here. Okay, they gave, what is this? This thing. They gave hints over here. Is it a hint? I don't know. So basically, we need to find Y. And I believe Y is this only. Okay, I'm just gonna, right? Gonna just put this thing as red as Y. We want to find this exterior thing over here. Okay, so what we can do is, okay, first we can actually form triangles, right? So with this, I'm gonna use purple, right? So we can first form this triangle, right? This one, this triangle. Don't know what's the midpoint over here. So why we can form this triangle is because we can find this angle over here. So once we can find this angle, then we can find another angle which is just this angle. And once we can find this green angle, then we can find this yellow angle. And once we find this yellow angle, we can find Y, which is just one straight line over here. Right. Okay, so let's get started. So angle A. So let me just put this as A, B, C, D, E, F. F with a pink color here. Okay, so angle AFC, KFC sounds nice, which is equal to 180 minus 21 minus 36, which is 180 minus 57. This will be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 degrees. 1, 2, 3 degrees for this purple angle over here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 degrees. Okay, then we can get this angle CFD. So angle CFD, which is equal to 180 minus 123, and we will know the answer lah, which is 57 over here. Okay, 57 degrees. Okay, so this one, let's put it over here as green, 57 degrees. Then we can get a yellow one. So angle what's this? F some I will put Y. So we get FYD. So FYD is equal to 180 minus 57 minus 40. So 57 is still 123 minus 40. This will give us 83 degrees. Okay, so the yellow one is 83 degrees. Gonna put there. Yellow one, 83 degrees. So last one, we can get y. So angle y is basically 180 minus 83. And it's 80 minus 80 minus 3, which is 100 minus 3, which is 97 degrees. Yay! There you go. So the answer is 97 degrees. I think I don't need to put the degrees. Yes, I don't need. All right, that's it. Let's move on to the next question. Last question 30. Triangle DEF, DFE is a right angle triangle. The length of the sides are h centimeters, h plus 7 and h plus 8. What is the area of the triangle DEF is if h is 5? So basically, area of triangle DFE is equal to half times base times height. So the base is, I'm assuming just the base is just h, which is equal to 5 centimeters, right? And then the height is equal to h plus 7, which is equal to 5 plus 7, which is equal to 12 centimeters. Okay, so now we can put it in. So half times base. So the base is 5 and the height is 12. And this will give us 30 centimeter square. There you go. Right, DEF. Okay, so the answer to this is 30 centimeter square. Alright, that's about it for this paper 1. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this kind of video, subscribe down below and comment down what are the things you want me to show you next. See you in the next one. Bye bye.